Hey, warriors. All right, so I'm probably gonna irritate some people, but I guess that's what I'm here for, it seems. So, um, the unhealed healer. And I don't mean one type of healer. This applies to everyone: therapists, coaches, energy workers, ministers, spiritual teachers, mentors, guides. It doesn't matter. Okay? Anyone who helps others navigate life. Okay? Because here's something that I have noticed. All right. A person can become incredibly skilled at helping others. Okay. While still carrying wounds, I guess, that they haven't fully faced themselves, and honestly, that's not even the problem. Okay. We're all a work in progress. Always. Okay. The problem begins when the healer believes they've already conquered what they've merely avoided. Because eventually, someone is going to walk into their life carrying a level of anger, grief, despair, darkness, rage, suffering, that exists beyond the healer's personal experience, and suddenly all the theories, they stop working. All that spiritual language, it stops working. All those rehearsed answers, they stop working. Plain and simple. Because now they're face to face with something they have never truly experienced. You understand? And if they haven't done their inner work, one of two things usually is going to happen. They're either going to, one, judge it, or they are going to fear it. And both can be extremely harmful, really. Okay? Because you cannot guide someone through territory you refuse to acknowledge exists. Which is a lot of the problem with these people today. These healers that are online, mainly. Okay? I've seen people talk endlessly about love, about light, about peace, about higher consciousness. Okay? But the moment that real darkness enters the room, they don't know what the fuck to do. They have no clue, because they have never went there themselves. You understand? Here's the truth, okay? Compassion, it deepens when you have suffered. It's a shitty thing, but it's the truth, okay? Understanding, it deepens when you have struggled. Humility, okay? It deepens when life has brought you to your fucking knees. Period. Plain and simple. I'm not saying that suffering is required, but experience teaches what those damn theories cannot. The greatest healers that I've ever met, come in contact with, experienced, whatever, they weren't ones that were claiming perfection. They were the ones that were honest about their humanity. The ones that who could say, I know that territory. I've been there before. I will not abandon you there. Healing isn't about becoming untouchable. It is about becoming honest. And it's time all you influencers get on board with this or get the hell off these platforms, because you are making things 10 times worse than they need to be. Honestly, I'm going to say the most dangerous healer is not the wounded one. Maybe it's the one who believes You know, they no longer have any wounds, have any healing to do. Because the parts of ourselves we refuse to face, they don't disappear. You know, they wait. And eventually, life introduces us to them. Period. Love you.